Hi, welcome. Nice to see you. It's been a couple weeks. I'm gonna say, I've just been insane busy with schoolwork. Heather's been getting a new job, so...
Yeah, getting shit all over my basement.
Yeah, and getting shit all over your basement. So welcome.
We're here.
To Talk Comics to me. It's, I'm Champ-Sign.
I am
Heather.
Whoa.
I don't know my name.
I'm Heather.
And we're here to talk about comic books, and I will let Heather take it away, because we've got, I thought this was like a light week, but this is still a lot of comics.
It was lighter.
Yeah, sure.
For me, anyway.
Yeah.
I had 4 less books than I normally do. Okay, so I will start. I have this.
Yeah, we have a brand new easel to just display books.
I forgot what it was called. This is Demon in the Wood. This is a little graphic novel by Leigh Bardugo and Pendergast. Danny Pendergast. I was like, I can't remember the first name.
Yeah, I see the side.
Yeah. This is, if you know who Leigh Bardugo is, she wrote the series Shadow and Bone, which is now a Netflix show. This is not an ad.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So the show is based off of an original trilogy called the Shadow and Bone trilogy. This book here is a part of that, I guess, trilogy, but it is just a origin, I guess, for the villain in the series, the Darkling. It's just the story of how he became who he was and his relationship with his mother. I have not had a chance to, read it yet, just because, again, I've been so busy, and it's a little thicker than a regular comic, so it's taking a little bit of time, but it looks great. I'm very excited. The art's so good in it.
Yeah, the art is really great.
And, yeah, when I get around to reading it, I will... let you know. The only thing that's weird about it that I noticed is he goes by the name Eric in this, and I thought his name was Alexander, but I'll have to go back.
Oh no. Alright, so first is me. I have Old Dog. This is a book by Declan Shalvey. Trying to, I always switch letters around. Sorry, my dudes. I try my best. Look at that.
It works!
It works. What a great idea.
Good job, Chris.
Yeah, thanks for 3D printing this, Chris Forrell. You're the man. Anyway, Old Dog. This is a book about a CIA agent who's getting pushed out, and he's on this job that goes wrong, or as I like to say, it goes sideways.
Oh, shit.
It goes sideways. And he ends up getting blown up with some weird chemical. And yeah, so that's kind of where that starts out. And then he's re-recruited because, he's full of chemical juice now. And they're like, you can't do anything anyway. And the CIA wanted to get rid of you, so.
He's all juiced.
He's all juiced. Come work for us, juice man. I liked it. Like I said to you, I think it's just an idea that's kind of been done before. It's interesting, but
Is that the 3D printer?
No, that's my laundry.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Okay, for some reason I thought that was a 3D printer.
My laundry is done.
Well, I love that. I wish mine did that.
But yeah, so it's, I suppose if you like his art, then it's a book worth checking out. If you like CIA assassin stories, it's worth your time. I just have too much on my plate to add that.
Do you know how many issues it's supposed to be?
No idea.
Okay. For some reason I thought it was 5, but we have this conversation.
Yeah,
at
I'm
least
sure
one book every time.
I'm sure it's limited to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next book I have is DC Horror Presents Sergeant Rockford's Army of the Dead. This is written by Bruce Campbell and written arts by Eduardo Rizzo. And the colors are by Christian Rosie. Anyway, this is a book about Hitler. I'm pretty sure Hitler's a zombie, like I said to you.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure Hitler's a zombie. Nazi soldiers are zombies. So it's just Sergeant Rock versus zombies.
Hitler.
Yeah, that's
just
it.
a zombie story.
Just a zombie story. It's like it's fun, and like the art was like interesting. I really liked that. But once again, too much on my plate. I liked it. It was worth my one read, but I don't have 6 issues in me. I don't have 5 more issues of reading that. So I suppose if you're a Bruce Campbell fan, though, might as well pick it up, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's not like his writing was bad like that.
It's just very Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, and it is also just very much one of those stories where I'm just like, all right, dude, I know, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen stuff like this.
I've seen this before.
I have seen Nazi zombies. What movie is that?
What movie is that?
I can see the cover.
I know, I can too. Like Cold, Dead Snow?
Dead Snow? That sounds right, but maybe not. Stuff that doesn't matter. Yeah.
That one?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe that is correct.
Yeah.
I do think there is another one, though. Or maybe that is, like, Russian soldiers that are zombies. Once again, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Not important stuff.
No, that's the only one that comes up when I search for zombie Nazis.
So maybe the one I'm thinking about is something else.
Okay.
I'm ready to move on.
Either way, yes. Okay, here.
Zombies. Nazis. This is Nice House on the Lake. This is issue number 10.
Yep.
This is back from a little hiatus. Here, I'll pop mine in the...
Okay.
And lots of stuff gets revealed here. This issue was so good.
Mm-hmm. The group is just kind of exploring the things that they have discovered while Walter is trying to recruit someone for a task within the group. It's a lot happens in here, and you can tell that it's like winding down because the things that they're discovering are going to impact
you can just definitely see it, and I just love the way it's just like the story is like opening up and happening, because it's just like it's so good. It's so fucking good. It's 100% worth the read, I think, and the art is amazing. Every time I read this book, I'm just like, oh fuck yes.
Yeah, I really like this one because it, like, this page in particular, I absolutely loved, but it like takes place at night for the most part, and so it's like, I just love how dark it is and like the shadows and stuff. It just makes it seem very evil.
Yeah, and I feel like with this issue too, you can kind of see how the characters are like dealing with everything that's going on, especially after like the last reset, and then them finding out that they can not die again, and you just know something awful is gonna happen, because there's just like
they're kind of losing their minds.
There's no way you just like continually shoot and murder each other and somebody doesn't eventually like kick it. So I'm excited for the next 2 issues. I'm really excited to see how this book wraps up. 100% worth the read. Do it.
For sure, yes. Okay, I have Deceased, War of the Undead Gods issue number 2. This technically came out last week, I think it was. Last week or the week before, I can't remember. But basically it's just a continuance of the Deceased story. They're zombies, and they figured out how to solve the anti-life equation, and they're trying to bring back certain people. Superman was like in the last one, but this one is Supergirl, and there's a lot of obstacles they have to overcome in order to do that.
Okay.
So I still like it. I'm a little upset that I'm back on it, but it is what it is. I got these sick Dan Mora covers.
Tom Taylor did say this is for sure it. This was it.
It better be. But yeah, that's it. That's all I've got to say about it.
All right, so I have the Human Target. This is issue number 7. In this issue, the Human Target is basically just I would say questioned, but tested is probably tested by fire. This lovely person here in the cover to like decide if he's somebody that she can trust and that like her and Ice can trust, and that's about it. Just kind of moving the story along. I still really like this series. I think it's really good.
Is it a 12-issue series?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, I was gonna say I thought so, but they don't put it on the covers of that.
Yeah, they don't. But yeah, I really like it. I like the art a lot. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm reading it. I'm picking it up because I like it enough. So
okay, very good.
Next, I have Sandman, Nightmare Country. Wait, there's universe in this title. There we go. I found it.
I thought it wasn't there too. I was so confused.
The Sandman Universe, Nightmare Country, number 6. All of those words came. In this particular issue, Maria Lovett.
I say Love, but I don't know if that's actually what it is.
Well, we're gonna
Love.
We'll someday look this up.
It's a lot of both.
Does the art, and this issue feels like kind of an in between issue. An issue somebody can pick up and like then probably go on to the next story arc. This also does lead into the Dead Boy Detectives book that is coming out in January?
December sounds right, because it would have been...
It's like this preview, so like end of December, early January. I can't remember which one. But yeah, I really liked this. I liked, like I said to you earlier, I really liked seeing her art with, and this is no offense to anybody at all, I liked seeing her art with like a writer I actually enjoy and a story I really enjoy, because it made the art like that much more enjoyable. And yeah, I think this story, like, probably best read as a trade, just because it like will go faster, and then you don't have that like switch between that first issue and all the rest of it. But I think from this point on, it'll be interesting to see where the story goes. Anyway, lots of stuff going on. I like how they're building this.
So, you did mention when we were talking about this the other day, she's a guest writer on that, but you made it seem like there were other ones. Has it been like that every...
Like she's a guest artist.
What did I say?
Writer.
Oh, guest artist. Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah, there's been a guest artist on every single one of them.
Everyone. Okay, I wasn't sure.
But usually it's not for the entire issue.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the time it's like the main artist for like a good chunk of the book, and the guest artist does like flashbacks basically, and they're like a few pages long.
Okay, that makes more sense.
It's still like a cohesive part of the story, but usually it's just like showing something different, so the art switch like really does make sense.
Okay. Yes, that makes more sense, because I read the first two and I was like, wait a minute, it's the same artist, but the flashbacks. Okay.
Yep,
Did not take that into account.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so next we both have Detective. This is issue, you can go ahead.
I'll do it this time.
1064. This just continues Ram's little detective story. There's so much drama.
I know, that's why I had to just flip through it. I had to refresh myself on like what was happening exactly. There's a really, really good like story that's told within there.
Yeah, the opening story is really great.
Yeah, with the art, like I loved that. It was just very, very good. But Bruce gets a little exam, which I thought was really funny.
It's like, no, you're wrong.
I'm not. I'm fine.
I'm hearing stuff. I don't need anxiety medicine. I also like this like thing with like Talia and him like kind of being trapped somewhere. And then the backup story is just the little end of the Jim Gordon story, which I suppose would make more sense if I had read Joker.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because the end of that, I was just like, well, now I want to know what happened.
Yeah. I did really like it.
Yeah, no, I loved it.
Yeah,
it was really
so
interesting.
Good.
Like the tone of it, like really was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like Ram's story, main story on Detective a lot. I like the backup story, even though it's done.
Yeah, I wonder what the next one's going to be. I'm like, so far, I mean, for the most part, since I started reading the Detective, the backstories have been like, way good.
Yeah.
Way good.
Agreed. So, it's good stuff. Good detective stuff.
Detective is pretty good. Pretty good. Okay.
All right. Do it to us.
Okay. This is Thor. This is issue... Gosh darn it, I have to keep taking it off. 27. This is Donny Cates, but Al Ewing is helping write this. I am just going to say I hated it. I did not like it. I took Thor off of my poll. Finally. It hurt, but I did it. I can't do it anymore. Sorry, Donny. It's not for me. I liked some of it, but this one is basically Thor still having the arguments with his father, who is in the Hammer. Still, it's like, I get it. I'm over it.
Yeah.
Loki comes to check on Donald Blake, who is being given the Loki punishment of being trapped in a cave and having venom spilled on him. Whatever. I don't like how Loki is written.
Yeah.
I don't like it. But then our favorite, Venom. Eddie Brock comes.
Why? Hi! Why is he smiling like
I don't
that?
know.
Hey, everybody! Venom here.
It says, I was moving my mind around and I noticed you had some Clintar goop way out here in the Tin Realms. Kind of a rarity in Asgard. Thought I'd see what was going on. It's Eddie, by the way. Eddie Brock, the King in Black. I don't know. No, he's like flying. Yeah. Basically Thor is trying to investigate what is happening to a friend of his named Desmond. Something is like off about him, and so Eddie comes and like they're doing it together, doing a little Batman detective work. But this is one of my favorite pages. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
So yeah, I took this off of my poll and can't do it anymore.
What the fuck is that?
It's a Desmond.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it's
Why?
I don't know. It got to a point for me where it just felt like I was hate reading it, which I do. I have been doing for probably 23 issues now.
Yeah,
with
I know
this.
that problem.
And I had a very difficult time, but this one just really sealed the deal for me because I don't care about Venom. We just got done with a fucking Hulk and Thor storyline that was not really necessary, in my humble opinion. And I don't need a Venom and Thor storyline. It just you already did Venom. You already wrote Venom. Why are you bringing him into a Thor storyline? Anyway.
We ask the burning questions here.
I just need to know. Like, hit me up. I'll be more active on social media if I can get an answer.
It's just asking for chaos.
Yeah, no, don't respond to this. Don't tell me anything. I don't care.
Which one is it?
I don't care.
Okay. I'll move on then. This is Egged. This is a one-shot. I'm gonna have to go and shut that off. I keep forgetting. This is weird to explain. Basically, a couple ends up throwing an egg onto a car that is owned by a dude who is obsessed with a conspiracy theory about these people who are egging cars to mark them. But spoiler, one of the main characters also has like some backstory where their family or some underground weird people are out to get them. So they go after because the guy takes their photo and he's like, I'm gonna dox you guys. And so
May I look at this while you tell me?
So she goes out to like stop him from doxing her because of her backstory. And she has like a really goofy boyfriend. It's weird. It's a really fun book. It's really goofy. I do believe it is supposed to like do other books, but I will not. I cannot do that just for the sake of I shouldn't. It was fun. I had a laugh.
I mean, it looks
great.
Yeah.
It looks great. It's, like I said, it's a good read. It was an enjoyable book to read, but it was just, yeah, I don't need to, like, that's nice because it's a one-shot.
Yeah, you don't have to worry
I don't have to,
else.
I don't really need to go on to anything else.
It's just very silly.
So yeah, if you like fun, little, silly, mystery type stuff, that's a book for you.
I was trying to say in my head Department of Truth, but I said Department of Egg.
Department of Egg.
You like conspiracy theories.
Department of Egg is where it's at. Next book I have, which Heather used to have but doesn't have anymore, is After School. This is issue number 3. This is an anthology. This issue is by, I'm going to butcher that one, Jill Blotvogel. Layout artist is Marley Zarcone and Lisa Sturl. And Fabiana Moscolo is the colorist. And Pat Brusso is the letterer.
Very good.
Thank you. That Spanish Duolingo is working out sometimes. This issue is about a little girl who has autism and her sister. So basically a murderer comes and starts murdering the whole family.
Okay.
And yeah, stuff happens. I really, really liked it. I like the art a lot. She's nonverbal.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a really interesting read. I like the dynamic between the sisters, and it's really, just really good. I was
really hesitant to take that off of my poll just because it was only 4 issues, but I was trying to cut back on a lot of stuff.
Oh,
and that
yeah,
was one that I was like,
it definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's only 4 issues, so it's like I only have 1 more to go. It's fine.
Yeah, and I liked the first one a lot, but I liked the second one less, and so that was kind of my determining factor of that.
I think this one I liked more than both of them.
Okay.
But I think the art was just really, really good. Yeah. I think that's another thing, like the art's been so good in all of these. So
yeah, I like the covers too. Like the colors are always really good.
Yeah. Agreed. Okay, ready?
Yep.
You start this. I'm gonna shut off my dryer.
Okay. We both have Briar. This is issue number 1. It's a boom book. By Christopher Cantwell, Jermaine Garcia, and Mateus Lopez. This is just I almost want to call it like horror, because that's how it felt when I was reading the solicit, but it's more of like a dark fantasy. It's like a retelling of Sleeping Beauty, but what if instead of like a kiss waking her up, the guy who was supposed to kiss her was like, let me take over instead, and just destroys the kingdom. So she's asleep for however long, and when she finally wakes up, everything that she's known is gone. And so she has to try to live in this life that she is not familiar with.
Yeah. I know I've said this before about other books, and I have to find a different description, but it also reminds me of like Don Bluth's like cartoons.
Yeah, no, it definitely did.
Like just the like tone of it and like the way it's like not for kids, but has like a very like the art feels like it's for kids, and it could be on like some level. I'm sure it'll continue to not be though. Yeah, it was so good. I really, really like this. Was a solid first issue because it definitely pulled me in where I was like, fuck yeah, I want to read more about this. Yeah,
I need to remember to add this to my poll because for some reason, Champ and I have talked about this. I only special ordered this first one. I don't know why. But yeah, I liked it a whole lot, and so I'm gonna, God, it's so good.
I would say it just looks so great. I like how it's a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
And the story, like, we did a great job describing it. It's just like a really interesting, like, I really like the main character, the Sleeping Beauty character.
Yeah.
Because she's just like very like well, this sucks.
And I really like the narration too, like the way she's telling the story. It's a very, very good book. I'm not sure how many issues it's supposed to be because I didn't really look into it, but I'm assuming it's going to be a limited series, but don't hold me to that because I'm usually wrong.
Or it's one of those things that feels like it could be like limited but continue into something else.
Right.
Potentially. Depending on how this ends.
Yeah. I mean, it would be cool if they did like a whole retelling of like other fairy tales and stuff with like the same team, the same kind of tone.
Yeah.
Like that would be sick. But that's just what I want in this world.
I mean, I guess they kind of did that with that Alice Ever After book.
Yeah.
That's also a Boom book.
Oh.
Right?
And it was by Christopher Cantwell, right?
No.
No?
I can't remember who.
For some reason, I thought it was.
No. And I'm gonna not be able to think of this person now. Dan Posehn?
Oh, yeah. I do recall this now. Yep. Dan Panasian.
Because I always, try to say Posehn.
Yep. Okay. I was wrong, but it's the same thing, pretty much. Not the same person, but the same idea of what I was just saying.
Kind of not really, but yes. Yes. All right, so next we have Flawed. This is also issue number 1. This is a book by Chuck Brown and Prenzy, and Becca Carey does the letters. This is, I don't know if Becca Carey does the letters for On the Stump, but this is the same team that did On the Stump. It was solicited as Frasier meets The Punisher.
Yes, absolutely. Did they do Bitterroot? I thought I had seen something.
I can't remember. Chuck Brown did work on Bitterroot.
Okay. I knew it was something that had to do with Bitterroot, but I wasn't quite sure what.
Yeah, I really like this. This was actually one I only special ordered, and I don't think I will end up adding it. Not because I did not like it, but yeah, just trying to choose things that really bring me joy, and this like brought me joy, but not enough.
Yeah, it's literally Frasier meets Punisher. After you said that, it's like that's what it is. It's a therapist who is taking justice for her patients.
Yeah,
for the people that
the people that she's helping.
Yeah, but yeah. A lot of vigilante stuff. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was good. It was interesting. I really, really liked the art for it.
Yeah, same.
I liked it was more violent than I thought it was going to be, especially because I could not remember like what it was supposed to be about when I first started reading it. But
it was more violent and it like went really quick.
Yeah.
Like I I felt like it was gonna let you sit with like some like, oh, she's just a regular old psychiatrist, and then do the twist.
Yeah, and then by night, this is one that I actually did add. So, I am going to finish reading it, because I remember it is only 5 issues.
Yeah.
Which isn't a big deal for me at all.
No, like I said, it's not like it's not worth it. It was just one of those things where it was like, I can't.
Too much.
Yeah. I can't right now.
I do need to start doing that, where like if I only special order it, like, that's all. That's as far as I need to go. But Briar is the exception.
Yeah, there's sometimes when I special order one and it's like this and I still end up getting it, and I feel like a lot of times I leave kind of like unsatisfied.
Yeah. That makes sense. Sometimes all you need is that first one.
Yeah.
You get a taste of it.
Though it is also hard to just see a book by its number 1.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah, because a lot of times number 2s come out and you're like, what is this? And it's just garbage.
Mm-hmm.
So, it is very much a game of chance. Okay, so I will go. I have, again, I can never pronounce this right. Triskel. This is issue number 4. Triscuits. Yes, there it is. This is just about a young boy who is going on an adventure to pretty much save the world that he is from. Well, not just the world, the city that he is from, his people. In this issue, him and one of the other kids that's on this journey with him have been apprehended, and they are imprisoned while they're awaiting their punishment, I guess. Another unknown kid, I keep saying kid, but I feel like they're older than that. But
yeah,
this unknown person comes in and kind of breaks them out, and they don't really know who he is or what his intentions are and stuff. So that's it. This is a book that I do really, really, really enjoy. I like how the art looks. Like, it's very good. It's very heavy in, like, Celtic and Irish mythology, which I think is really cool about it, too. And I don't know how many issues that's supposed to be. I never know with Scout books.
Yeah.
Because they never really say. They're just like, we're just going to keep spitting them out until we're done.
Yeah, you'll know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, this is the last book I have to talk about by myself, I'm pretty sure. This is Wild Cards. This is issue number 3. Not much to say about this. Just based on Wild Cards. Little boy ends up, I remember Dave telling me about this kid. Little kid is on his way home after the explosion. He ends up getting gassed up with the wild card gas.
Mm-hmm. He's juiced now.
And when he falls asleep and he wakes up 4 weeks later, he is like a wolf man.
Oh, I remember him telling about that one too, talking about it.
Yeah, and so then he meets a guy with a dog for a body and a human head. It's weird. And then he ends up going to sleep and waking up again, and he's like he glows. It's like a glowing man.
So he gets a different wild card power every time he sleeps.
Yeah, but he does end up sleeping for like periods of time. Like that was a week later. The first time was 4 weeks later. So I think like gaps of time, like large gaps of time.
He's Sleeping Beauty.
He's Sleeping Beauty, but with terrible consequences, I guess, sometimes.
Yeah.
Because, like, who knows how you're going to wake up?
Yeah.
What if you wake up and you accidentally kill yourself?
That would be so frustrating. Nerve-wracking.
I feel like, it would be really tiring.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't want to go to sleep because I'd be like, well, what's next?
Yeah, I feel like it would eventually come to that. Or, like, you have, like, a really good power that you want to utilize.
Mm-hmm. So you just keep taking the no-dose, like caffeine pills.
Then you're just addicted to caffeine pills. Go through withdrawals while you're sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best way to do it.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. That's Wild Cards. This is Pentagram of Horror. This is issue number 5. This is the last issue. I don't really have a lot to say about this.
I don't either. There were literally no words.
I say there wasn't a lot of words. I understood basically what was going on. It was like a Frankenstein. Felt like a Frankenstein taking revenge out on the person who made them.
Yes, the creature.
Or just humanity.
Yeah,
creature. Yeah, it was like, I liked the art a lot.
Mm-hmm. I think that is the one thing that I can take away from this series is the art is really, really good. Each issue was just not bad. They're not bad at all, but I
feel like the stories needed more direction since there wasn't a lot of since there weren't a lot of words. Mm-hmm. It needed to be a little tighter.
I definitely agree with, especially like, was it the first one that I really liked?
Yeah, the first one was really great.
The first one was super good, and it does struggle from first issue.
I think that's the problem with this anthology is like that first issue. Like they should have probably stuck that first issue into like the third one, but they probably needed that first issue to like bring people in.
Yeah, which makes sense because I guess as a whole, again, it was all right, but that first one was just way stronger than any of the other stories. I did like the one with the sheriff, like the old West.
Yeah, that one was pretty fun.
I like that one a lot too, just because I think the art in that issue was like...
Yeah, the art in that issue was really great.
Yeah, it was like just different enough.
The colors were like...
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was good. It was a good little anthology, but I don't know like how many people I would like recommend it to.
Yeah, especially after that first issue. Mm-hmm. So, sorry if I recommended that to you after the first issue. And
yeah, no, the first issue is great. I will recommend that one to everyone who likes that kind of like horror, but just all together, I don't know, maybe one issue at a time.
All right, so next we have Grimm. Sorry, I had to give myself a little refresher.
Oh yeah, here, can we both put it up here?
No, that's okay. You put yours because that's the title. I just got a different one. We'll have to have Chris make us another easel. I told him not to, but it might be necessary.
Yeah, we're going to have to.
For moments like those.
We have multiple covers, always.
Yeah, that happens. Anyway, this is Grimm. This is issue number 6.
5.
This is the end of the story arc. I don't know. This was really predictable.
Yeah, it had the type of twist at the end that made me go, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, no, that's because it felt like that was going to be the twist for I bet basically since the second issue.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really just okay.
I don't care about any of these characters. I like Eddie.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I mean, for the main characters that are in it, Jessica Harrow.
Yeah.
I don't care for her.
Yeah, and she's the main character, so you should feel at least some sort of draw to her, but she is a character who's just I don't care about you. She seems I think she's too bratty.
Yeah, she is very much, what is that word where you think that you can do things a certain way because it's how you want to do it regardless of the rules? Privileged?
Yeah,
I guess.
I suppose you're just egotistical a little bit.
Yeah. It's there's a whole set of rules that are in place for these Grim Reapers and stuff, and I get it. I probably wouldn't follow them either, but not for those reasons.
Yeah.
She is very much no, I need to figure this out, so I'm gonna break every single rule that's ever been put in place so I can figure myself out. Again, I get it, but it's I don't care for this character. I don't have any
Yeah, because that's what drives the story.
Yeah.
But yeah, just everything about this issue was supposed to feel I think really bombastic and oh, the reveals and the battle and
it really fell flat.
Yeah, and then the ending oh shit, there's supposed to be all that's what this issue is. It has all of those supposed moments. Yeah, it looks good as fuck though. The book looks so fucking good. It's insane. It looks just
crazy.
Crazy good.
It's so good. The colors are good. Yeah, the art is just really, really good.
So yeah, I would like to see Flaviano on another book. Yeah, Enrico Renzi. Those people rule.
Yeah.
That art is... That is what I want. That is why I think I stayed on this book for so long. And that first issue was really good, and the second issue was it's just the rest of it I did not really enjoy.
This book feels really nice. Yeah, I think the same, honestly. And I was curious to see where exactly the story was supposed to go. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I took it off of my poll. I read this first story arc, and it was fine. But I just don't really... Yeah. I have no interest in, reading on, beyond that, because I clearly didn't get the feelings out of this issue that I was supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah, this book is definitely not for us, I don't think.
Yeah.
There is an audience for it, but we're not in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm sure I could find the person for it. And I think it's really easily likable. But...
Yeah, I think honestly my main problem was I just couldn't connect with the characters. Mm-hmm. So it just, I don't know.
The beats were slightly off too.
Yeah.
So let me get some coffee. Next.
We
got I hate this place.
Fuck this place.
Whatever you want to think. What do you want to?
You do it. Mine's inappropriate.
Okay. This is a little book about... I don't remember their names.
Trudy and...
Tess?
Shoot. Tess?
No, that doesn't feel right.
No. Dang, I was hoping it was on the back. Gabrielle? Trudy and Gabriella? I don't remember that being her name.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think that's her name.
It is. Maybe she just called her Gabby before?
Yeah, that would make more sense. Anyway.
Yeah, Gab.
Yeah, there we go.
That makes more sense. I was I don't remember that being that woman's name.
Our two main characters have been lost in the woods for an issue or two. The serial killer is out to get them. Trudy's showing her past.
Why she's a tough bitch.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
And yeah, I really, really liked this issue. The art in this book is so good too. But yeah, was just really intense. Mm-hmm. I liked the way it flowed and the tone, and I liked his death a lot.
Yeah, especially I was confused because I thought he died in the last issue, but it does address some of that. But yeah, it's a nice little supernatural horror thriller.
It does, and it does a really good job of like balancing all of the like dynamics of like what is in there, since there are so many like ideas, but you get little pieces and enough pieces that it doesn't feel like too much, and it doesn't feel like, oh, like we're not getting enough of certain aspects of it. So
right, at no point does it feel like oversaturated. I don't know. I was thinking about whether or not I wanted to keep going with this. I'm going to, I decided, because I like the way that the story developed over these issues, because there's a lot going on in it, and I'm curious to see, like, based on how this ended.
Yeah, I think this had like such a good like ending to bring you back like for next I was gonna say season, but next story arc, because it just ends in like a way where you're just like, all right, sure.
There's more coming.
Yeah.
And there is a little, what is it called? Essay.
Yeah.
A little essay in the back by Benito Serena called "The Long and Bloody Road to the Modern Slasher Film," where he talks about slasher movies, and he also has a list of recommended proto slashers. That are really good.
I missed that list.
Yeah, they're very, very good. I like that they've been including these lists in every single issue. And it's, of course, always different depending on what you're reading. But the essay itself is so good.
I'll have to give it
I've really liked them. And this is one that I have been reading them all. Because they always recommend something, and I learn something new from them every single time.
Which is cool, since it's about like horror stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's why I'm like, okay, I'll read this one. They've been good.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
We got Stillwater. This is issue number 15.
15.
And this is, we're just finishing up the story, really.
Yeah, it's definitely coming to an end. The little town mayor, I keep forgetting his name. Gabe? That's not right.
Julian?
Dalton?
It doesn't matter.
Well, anyway.
Little child mayor.
Yes, Galen. Well, I was way off with all those names. He kind of extended the power of Stillwater to another town, and they're trying to integrate that town into this life, meaning taking all cell phones, cutting off contact with the outside world, and keeping them all in line. And it is not quite working out the way that he wants it to.
Yeah, technology is more part of people's lives than I think he took into account.
Yes, I do not think he thought about that at all. But yeah, this is gearing up to be ending soon. I like it. I still like it.
I really like it. I'm just ready for it to be done. I don't know. I feel like maybe there could have been like an issue or two cut out of there, and it could have been like 12 issues or something.
Yeah. And while I do get what is going on with like Coldwater, is that the town? Did I get it right?
I believe so, yes.
I do like seeing this like obstacle that he has with like trying to get them into this new way of life. Yeah, but I also don't feel like, since it's going to be ending soon, it's not completely necessary. Like, I don't know, the way that the last story arc ended, like they could have ended it there. I think it's fine that they're going on, and I still like it, and I'm still going to read it, and I think it's done really well, but it's just me.
Just ready.
Yes.
Next we've got Sins of the Black Flamingo. This is issue number 4. Okay.
Oh, you want to do it?
You can do it. Okay. It doesn't matter. One of us can.
Okay. Our main character, or thief, is being held hostage, and in order to get away and alive, he has to exchange himself for the angel. But you get a little bit of like background on how the angel came to be and the person who brought him back, and how Ansel, his role within this whole story is, it's gay.
Yeah, it's like a very gay book. The art is so good.
Oh my god, so good.
It's like, I can't get over that in some aspects. It's just like, I want to just look at this book all the time.
And I do really like this story. I think it's fantastic. I like the whole, like, supernatural element.
I love this, like, Tom of Finland. Like,
yeah. It's done really, really well, and it's very interesting, the fact that they're taking, like, all of these historical, like, artifacts and stuff and doing their own little supernatural twist to them.
Yeah,
It's good.
I'd be interested to see, like, another, like, little side story.
Mm-hmm.
Just to... Yeah, that's what I was saying. I love it. Like,
It is really good.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like gay shit.
Yeah, it's only 5 issues, and it's beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful books I've ever seen.
All right, next we have End After End. This is issue number 2. You do yours. I like yours better.
Okay. I do. It's funny because I traded my A's for B covers, and I didn't even realize it until like a couple days ago. And I was like, "Wait, I got an A cover," and I was going to switch it out, and then I was like, "No, I want the A cover. I didn't want the B cover because I like that one better."
Yeah.
Walter?
Yeah, Walter. His name's Walt. Walter's in the End After End, which is just basically an in-between world. Before you die, he's gotten farther than anybody else, but he's kind of a clumsy freak. That's not the back of this says, but I just want to say.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I just read that, right? No, this says we're all the heroes of our own stories, and though his life has ended, Walt's story has only just begun. With Grink as his guide, that's this man. His small little, I was going to say demon friend. That's not the word I was looking for. Anyway, Grink, it's his friend, his guide. Walt travels into the unknown to retrieve a mystical relic. But when he falters, a fellow human warrior illuminates a dark truth. To wear the hero's mantle in the End After End, you must seize it. That seems like some human shit right there.
Yeah.
I don't think you should trust humans in a mystical world, like a fantasy world, honestly.
No, never. If anyone...
Or, like, humans in general.
Yeah. Really like this book.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I'm really interested to see more of it as it goes.
I do like the aspect of it being like a purgatory.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's really cool because there are a lot of fantasy stories that don't really explain how they came to be, and so I like that's when you die, before you're actually dead, this is what happens to you. You end up in some fantasy world. That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool, but I feel like you'd just be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and that's probably why people like die right away, is because they're like, okay, well, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, this is too much. All right, next we have House of Slaughter. This is issue number 9. I don't really want to talk a lot about this because a lot of backstory is revealed in this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just without spoiling anything, this pretty much goes into like how Edwin ended up in the house.
Yeah. The art in this issue is really great. I mean, all of the issues have been really great, but I like this little panel page.
Yeah,
here.
okay, I was
So,
like, yeah, that one's like one of the best.
That's really, really good. But yeah, I like this book a lot. I like the way that it unfolds, like the different people in the house and like how they differ.
I love this boy so much.
Yeah, that was such a good issue though. Like that book is great. Just so good.
It's very easy to fall in with the characters, I've noticed.
Yeah, and the beats in this one particularly, like, even more so than the first story arc, because it's just, like, the first story arc is really, like, more, like, I would say macho's not the right word, but macho, like, macho monster fightings more so, and, like, really delving into, like, relationships, and this is more so about, like, this character kind of, like, figuring out, like, themselves.
Yeah, it's more introspective.
Yeah, but both story arcs have been good. Like, I've always been saying, all Something Is Killing the Children stuff has been really, really good. It's stupid,
There's no reason it should be as good as it is.
That's like the problem is like it just doesn't feel like there's a reason. Like it should not be that good.
Like Monster Hunters.
Yeah,
like why is it this good?
Why is it this interesting and intriguing? Like what is it like that really? Like I know part of it is the art and like I don't know. It's just good stuff.
He's really good at writing characters.
Yeah, and I mean, and this is like, what's their name? John's. Can't remember their first name. Is it in the back? There we go. Sam Johns,
yeah. Very, very good.
So, yeah. Ouch. Okay. Sorry, I just got my fingers stuck somehow.
Oh, my goodness.
Next, we have Department of Truth. This is issue number 21. I gotta flip through this. I remember what happens, but I'm like, what happens in here? You get like a lot fucking happens in this issue where
there's a lot of like reveals that happen here like over the course of however many years, because you get like all of what Hawk was doing like back in 1992, things that he was trying to grow and develop, and then you get like in current present time you get Cole learning some secrets in this room that
basically all the threads that they've like placed and all of the stuff they've been working for throughout the years has like really come to a head, and the Department of Truth is in like a kind of like sticky situation because of like Hawk turning and actually being like a black hat. Yeah.
The end of this one was just like, I read it right after you had texted me to tell me about it.
Oh yeah, no, I lost my mind. Like this book is just like,
this is another book that it's like it has no reason being this good. Like why is it so good? Every single issue just gets me.
That's the thing. It's just like every time I read it, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, that's so solid. Like no matter if it just like twists my brain up and I don't understand it, or I'll leave this up here. Like forgetting we're having it.
It'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, it definitely will. I don't know what it is, and especially with this issue where I'm just like, I think it's just like the way it exploded at the end where you're just like, oh fuck.
I think part of it also is with how the story develops throughout the issue. The last couple pages always seems to like come out of nowhere. Like it's, at least for me, it's not what I expect is going to happen at all. Like especially in this one, like we knew something like this was going to happen, but the way that it does.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's the thing is like those last 2 pages, it's like, this is like the whole issue. Like the intensity is like there the whole time because you're just like, oh, what is like what is actually happening? And finding out like the different plays by everybody, and that it's not going to go necessarily how they thought it was.
Yeah. God, it's so good. And the art, like I know we say this every single time we talk about this book, but the art is just phenomenal.
Yeah, no, it's so, yeah.
This whole page right here. Like I had to keep this open and stare at it for a little bit. I'll show y'all because it's not going to ruin anything, but there's that. Oh, wow. That's fine.
I was like, oh no, and then I almost ripped it up.
That's okay. But yes, here's this. It's just so good. The colors that are used, the watercolor effect.
Yeah, I liked the when they're showing the 3 of them, like Hawk and the Russian and why am I blanking?
Lee?
Yeah, I was like, why can't I think of him? The 3 of them like walking, and then like the teeth there. Yeah, it's
so like
it's unsettling sometimes.
Unique.
Yeah,
like the style is so unique.
So anyway, that's Department of Truth. We love Department of Truth every time. I don't think we've ever come out of it besides being like, I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Yeah, I don't think there's been one issue where I've just like set it down and been like, nah. Like every single time, it's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good. It just keeps me on the edge of my seat. It's interesting. There's always a good twist. Art will keep you in. It's, things that you think but never tell anyone. because you don't want to sound crazy.
That's an interesting, yes. Yes, it's true. Anyway, that's all we got.
That's it.
That's it. So we'll see you later. Thanks for joining us, and we love you. Go support your local comic book shops. Support your local libraries. Take care of your friends. Do good things, and we'll see you later. Bye. We'll see you on the flippity flip. Boop boop.
Boop boop.